Hello again, my dear students. Welcome back to our civics class. Today, I would like to discuss the forms of untouchability with you. I have chosen 4 topics: forms of untouchability, what is manual scavenging, who does manual scavenging, and the problems of manual scavenging. These will be chapter 32, forms of untouchability, page number 254 and 255 of our civics textbook. First, let's see forms of untouchability. Though the word untouchability has not been defined in the Constitution, it generally refers to a practice followed by high castes in society who look down upon some people. In fact, they do not even touch them because they think that this will pollute them. The Constitution has banned the practice of untouchability. It is a penal offense under law, punishable with a prison sentence, or in some cases, forfeiture of property, meaning the loss or giving up of something as a penalty for wrongdoing, as a penalty for practicing untouchability. However, in spite of this, there are many who continue to be exposed to this practice. People involved in the task of manual scavenging are the worst sufferers. Now let us watch a short clip in order to better understand the meaning of untouchability.
Untouchability. Raju and his grandmother have just entered Lord Ganesha's temple. Grandmother sees a priest shouting at a poor man. When she asks the reason behind this, the priest replies that as that man is an untouchable, he should not enter the holy temple. On listening to this, grandmother tells the priest that since ancient times, these people were associated with occupations such as cleaning, basket making, etc. Their touch was said to make a high caste Hindu impure. Hence, they were termed as untouchables. However, labeling a person as an untouchable because of his community or his profession is wrong. Hence, untouchability should be rejected in principle and in practice. Also, one should realize that every kind of work is honorable and the choice of profession should be based on a person's capability and interest, not on his community. Now, Raju curiously asks his grandmother why these people do not study or try for any other kind of work. Grandmother tells Raju that even if they are qualified, they do not get any other kind of work as they are considered untouchables by other sections of the society. Now, Raju asks his grandmother whether anyone has ever tried to change this practice. Grandmother answers that Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. Ambedkar fought hard for the justice of these people. Mahatma Gandhi worked very hard for the upliftment of the untouchables and made the eradication of untouchability as one of his goals. He declared the untouchables as Harijans, meaning the people of God. Similarly, Dr. Ambedkar also fought for their justice. He belonged to the same community. After India's independence, Dr. Ambedkar served as the nation's first law minister and the constitution was prepared under his leadership. However, still the mentality of certain citizens has not completely changed. In some schools, children from this community are forced to clean the toilets, which is not a correct practice. Listening to all of this, the priest realizes his mistake. He apologizes for his behavior and respectfully allows the man to enter.
Now let's see what is manual scavenging. Manual scavenging or carrying night soil are terms used to refer to the repulsive practice of removing human and animal excreta from dry latrines and carrying it to disposal grounds located some distance away from the latrines. Here, dry latrine means a toilet without the modern flush system. And the word repulsive here means arousing disgust, which is disgusting. Next, who does manual scavenging? The task of manual scavenging is generally done by the untouchables. Since they are engaged in these degrading and inhuman tasks, the manual scavengers live on the outskirts of their villages. They are not allowed entry into the local temple, religious community events, and are excluded from social interactions. Even though there are laws against manual scavenging, the practice continues to exist. Next, moving on, problems of manual scavenging. Manual scavengers are exposed to filthy and unsanitary conditions. They run a high risk of getting bacterial infections and chronic illnesses such as tuberculosis and asthma. They miss out on educational opportunities and are forced to continue with this occupation. The majority of the workers are women and young girls. In order to better understand the problems of manual scavenging faced by the manual scavengers, let us see a short clip, and that will be the end of our class for today.
180 के करीब हो गई साल हमें ये काम करते हुए, क्योंकि हमारे पापा भी करते थे। अब पापा जी नहीं रहे तो हमारी मम्मी करती थी, और जब से मम्मी की तबीयत खराब हुई है तब से मैं कर रही हूँ।
डाटा मार लेती, फिर खोल लेती, फिर डाटा मार लेती, फिर खोल लेती। जी घुटता मेरा बहुत।
मुसलमानों की पोटी उठाते, हिंदुओं का कचरा उठाते।
हमें चाहिए नौकरी, ना हमें पैसा चाहिए। जो तुम पैसा का लोभ दे हमें 50-40 को, जो कछु को दें, जो पैसा नहीं चाहिए, हमें चाहिए अपना धंधा। सीधी सी बात है।
एक टोकरी लेती थी हमारी मम्मी, एक झाड़ू, एक खपरा, तो वो टोकरी रख लेती थी और झाड़कर इतना हिस्सा, जैसे कूड़ा फैल रहा है ये, तो इतना हिस्सा झाड़कर उस झाड़ू खपरे से वो टोकरी में कूड़ा भरती थी। वो कूड़ा उठाकर सिर पर रखकर तब डालने जाती थी। देखो यहाँ पे हिंदू भी हैं, बनिया भी हैं, कोली भी हैं, और ये धीमर भी हैं, कुमार भी हैं, सभी जाते हैं यहाँ पर। तो इन सब जातों के बीच में है हमारा मोहल्ला। हम जो रहते हैं इन सब के बीच में रहते हैं, और अगर हम निकल के जा रहे होंगे ना तो ये हमसे इतनी सी दूरी, क्या इतनी दूरी बना लेते बहुत।
हमारे बाप के बाप थे, उनके आगे से करते चले आ रहे हैं।
एक महीना की हमारी तनख्वाह 10 रुपये यूँ समझो, तो वो हमारी तनख्वाह वैसी चली जाती है। 10 रुपये हमारे कोई ज़्यादा तो नहीं है। 10 रुपये का तो यहाँ साबुन आता है, कपड़े धोते हैं जो हम, तो साबुन आता है 10 रुपये का। टॉयलेट जो बने हैं तो इसमें केवल जेंट्स ही जाते हैं, लेडीज कोई भी नहीं जाती हमारे यहाँ पे, क्योंकि यहाँ का माहौल सही नहीं है।
नाला है इतना बड़ा सारा, उसमें जाते हैं।
अगर सरकार हमसे ये लेना चाहती है तो हमारे लिए कोई रोजगार निकाले, क्योंकि इससे हमारे लिए रोजगार निकलेगा तो हम उसमें से खाएंगे, कमाएंगे, 2 पैसे हम अपने पीछे के लिए भी रखेंगे।
अगर तुम हमारे ये धंधे छुड़वा देंगे तो हम क्या खाएंगे? हमें नहीं चाहिए कुछ, क्या तो हमारे बच्चे नौकर होने चाहिए, और नौकर नहीं तो हम अपने रोजगार नहीं छोड़ेंगे।
मजबूरी है ये जो हमें ये काम करना पड़ता है। अब ये बताओ, हमारे पास रोजगार होता तो हम ये काम क्यों करते।